How's it going, everyone? My name's Penny. Today, we're going to be ranking every single Skylander giant figure in order from worst to best. And this is all in my opinion, so I'd like to hear from you after the video's over, just to see what your favorite and least favorite giants are, and paths that I may need to try out for figures that were ranked lower, or why they should be higher. So, let's get right into it. So, starting off, we got Swarm. So, he is the worst in my opinion. Like, I love his design. Everything about him is, like, it looks awesome, like an awesome figure. But the problem is, his attacks are so weak. And they could have done a lot better with his hive, like, swarming abilities. Because they can do, like, a hammer attack and stuff like that. But it doesn't do a lot of damage, and it's not really an effective thing to do on enemies. So that's why it's ranked so low. The next thing is Ninjini. So Ninjini is ranked so low just because her one attack is pretty basic. It's just using swords. And the other one is just you bottle yourself up in a genie bottle, and it's not easy to use, it's not effective, there's no use for it other than it being cool, really, which is why, I don't know, I find her kind of like a useless figure. So next, we have Thumpback. So, in complete honesty, he is my favorite design out of all the giants. Like, I know he's missing his anchor, but, like, how cool is that? And one thing that I do wish he had is I wish the light core was somewhere other than just on the barnacles. Like, it's pretty lame. When you put him on the portal, is kind of like, not even his fist, just part of his arm glows, which is kind of lame. But, like, he has effective attacks. He's not a bad figure, just not as good as the rest, which is why he's ranked so low. So next, we have Eyebrawl. Eyebrawl is a brawler, and one of my favorite brawlers in the entire franchise. But the problem is, his ranged attacks are very limited, and in Skylanders, if you want to take the least amount of damage possible, you kind of have to have some good ranged attacks, which is where Eyebrawl lacks, which is why he is so low on the list. So, working our way up to the top 4, the reason why the next few are going to be not as good as the others is because of mostly movesets, and that's what I'm going to get right into. So, next we have Crusher. He's not a bad figure at all and does a ton of damage, but what I think is that the move where he breaks up into a bunch of little tiny rocks and, like, boulders, I guess, it was a cool idea, but there's no use for it other than, I guess, speed. But, like, when I use him, I only use his hammer, which is not bad, but it's just, I wish they made an attack that could compete with the hammer to make it not so repetitive. So, getting into our next two. These are kind of tied, but, so first one is Bouncer. Bouncer is an amazing figure, has great ranged attacks, does a lot of damage, like, super great figure. Nothing I can really complain about, and just, in my opinion, the other two that come next are just better. So next, we have T-Rex. he is one of the best starter pack figures that was ever released in the whole Skylanders franchise. He has a good ranged attack. He's an extremely well-built figure. And that leaves me with one left. And my favorite is, surprisingly, Hothead. So, I know this may be like an unpopular opinion, but I think that Hothead is an extremely powerful character, and he is my favorite giant by far. So one thing that made me like him so much is specifically the lava rain. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that attack, if you have him or not, but you can just summon rain from the sky that is like super hot. It's like lava from the sky, and it has a radius all around the figure, so all around the base, pretty far, and just it rains down on the enemies. And if you choose a specific upgrade, it makes it so, I believe, if you tap a certain button, it makes it do more and more damage, keeps increasing, and you can also hold it down for, I think it's like an infinite amount of time, and it does a crazy amount of damage. You can take down bosses like this because, one, it's a giant and it has a huge amount of HP to begin with, so it can just take hits like crazy. And then you can just hold down that button and it just rains down lava on the enemies and just takes out everyone. So the only thing I can complain about with Hothead is his move where he turns into a car. Like, come on, like, I wouldn't even call it cool. Like, I guess it makes him faster. Not much, though. Like, that is the slowest motorcycle I have seen in my life. But that's all I wish that they could have done something better. Like, really making him... Does he look like a car? Does he look like a motorcycle at all? No. So, that's my favorite figure, and that's all I have to complain about. So, that was my rating all the giants in Skylanders, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to join the Discord. Should be a link in the description if you want to get to know the Skylanders and video gaming community a little bit better. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.